Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 52 of my Gateway Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. The purpose of these videos is to document my journey through the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. The Gateway Experience is a series of 6 waves with 6 tapes in each wave. I am currently on the second wave, and the first tape of that wave called Introduction to Focus 12. This wave is called Threshold, so it's all about being on the threshold of change. The first wave was called Discovery, so it was all about discovering what it is and who we are and what we're doing here. Now that we know and we're here doing the introduction of Focus 12, we're going to be talking about that a little bit. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, go ahead and check those out. This experience builds upon itself. Obviously, there's one wave, we're on the second wave, then there's 4 more waves after that. And each wave, like I mentioned in the beginning, we're going to be going through and every tape that we do, we're doing it for a total of 10 times. So this tape that I'm on, it's the 9th time doing it, and tomorrow will be my last time doing it. It'll be episode 53. So let's get straight into it. Right now, it is October 15th, 2022. It is a Saturday, and boy, oh boy, it has been a slow, slow morning today. It is 10:53 a.m., and I'm finally getting a chance to sit down to record this video. This morning, we all woke up around 7:30, and last night we went to sleep at a fairly okay time. I think it was like 11, so we slept in for sure. Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I went ahead and did my morning routine. But first, before I even got a chance to do my morning routine, my son has been wanting to brush his teeth with all of us together. So he wanted me to wait to brush my teeth with him. So I waited and I waited, and then once we were all ready to start brushing our teeth, he decided that he wanted to stop everything and he wanted to cry and he wanted to create chaos in our family. And that kind of gets right into the topic of today's video, which is going to be all about that. So I'm going to kind of lay this out for you guys, this runway, so that we can see what's going on here. It's really interesting. And really, it's going to be about practice and how every day is a process and how we have to keep tuning ourselves back up to our higher self. And it was definitely challenging for us today. It didn't make any sense to anybody. It didn't make sense to him at all. He didn't even know why he was doing what he was doing. But what he was wearing a fireman costume. And not costume, it's like pajamas. And it's red, but then it has like a yellow line. Now he has a red toothbrush, but he really, really wanted to use a yellow toothbrush to brush his teeth. And we don't have a yellow toothbrush, but he's got all the other colors. He's got red, he's got blue. I have the green ones, but yeah, he's got different toothbrushes. He's got a purple one. He's got another red one that's electric. I mean, you name it. But he just needed to have this yellow toothbrush today, and we don't have it. So we were getting frustrated and saying, "Hey, dude, like let's brush our teeth." It took like a good 30 minutes. I lost my cool. I started accusing him, like, dude, we do all this stuff for you. I shouldn't have gone there. And because he kept saying, you know, can you just listen to me? Can you guys just listen to me? I need you guys to just listen to me. And I was like, dude, we do listen to you. We listen to you all the time. And he just wanted to argue. If I said one thing, he was going the other way. And that's really funny the way it works in our own lives. Obviously, it's being manifested in my family with my son. And so we had to be patient and we had to just let go and tell him, hey, look, dude, you don't want to brush your teeth. He did want to brush his teeth though, but we said, hey, you know what? Just do whatever you want. Today is going to be a day for you to just do whatever you want. We cannot be part of this. We cannot be interacting with you here where you're just wanting to go against everything and anything that we say. And we are not going to allow ourselves to be arguing with you. We don't want to do that. So let's just remove ourselves from the situation. I started taking some of his toys, trying to like coerce him to brush his teeth. I shouldn't have done that either. I removed myself from the situation at first, but he just got really angry. He was just screaming and yelling, and I shouldn't have added fuel to the fire by taking his toys away. But I wanted him to stop screaming. I wanted him to stop being so upset because we removed ourselves from the situation. And anyway, so that was my morning. That's why it took me so long to finally get a chance to do my introduction to Focus 12 for the ninth time. And after we just kind of, I hugged them, we told them like, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. It's gonna be fine. You don't have to brush your teeth if you don't want to. You can have your toys. I was just upset with you and everything. So went ahead and did my introduction to Focus 12, and what I got out of it, I saw when I was in my Focus 10 and going into the 11 and the 12, um, I was like, I saw a train, and the train had the front of it being removed, like the conductor box basically was removed from the train, and then there was somebody here saying, "Hey guys, everybody that was on this train here, you guys have to jump on this little box now, and we're gonna go this way now." And so that was really interesting, the way that our subconscious and superconscious minds work, which brings me to the topic of today's video, which is the subconscious and the superconscious and the intentions that we set on a daily basis. Now, there's plenty of reasons of why this could have happened, but I don't want to focus so much on why I had this interaction this morning. I more so want to talk about moving forward and how to handle those kinds of situations in life. And so for me, for example, I have my affirmations that I read every day. And one of those affirmations is I communicate with my family in a kind, patient, loving, forgiving way. And I say that to myself every morning. This is what I do. And so if I ever don't do that, I know that I'm lying to myself. And I don't want to lie to myself, right? That's something that I would never want to do. So I have to change my behavior to align with my purpose in life, really, because I know what it is that I want to create, and I don't have to do that consciously so much. That's something that seeps into my subconscious and superconscious mind. Now, obviously, sometimes there's when you love someone so much, like I was talking in yesterday's video, even subconsciously, you allow them to take the lead and to kind of take the reins of the relationship. And my son did that today. He didn't even allow me to start brushing my teeth on my own. He wanted me to wait. That was the first thing this morning. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? That sounds like fun. That sounds like we could all do it together as a family. But it was almost like once we were all ready to do it, he didn't know where to go from there. He was like, okay, well, I got us this far. Now I'm gonna mess everything up. Like he's a child. He's 3 years old, so he doesn't know what he's doing. But I thank him for everything, and I think that's really funny. But that happens so much in our relationships to the point where I go to do my practice, and the first thing I see is this train being removed from all the momentum of the train is going in one direction, and then all of a sudden the front end of it just gets removed. What happens to all the cargo that I was carrying? That's not going to reach its destination, and now it's going to be just this conductor box going a different direction. So I thought that was really interesting. Another thing about the introduction to Focus 12, doing it for the ninth time, is that I was able to come back to C1 or consciousness one much more easily, because I've been going from Focus 12 to 10 to 1 so much. And at first, I was like a little bit disoriented. I would find myself like, man, where am I? What's going on? What was I just about to do after this? But now I know exactly what I'm going to do next. I've got a routine down, and I've done it so many times that I can go from the Focus 12 to the Focus 10 to the C1 and know where I'm at and know what's the next step for me to take. But being able to see myself outside of myself and and connect with my subconscious, superconscious mind and have that vision and see it with my eyes, I think is very powerful and allows me to see and know what's going on. So obviously afterwards, I was able to go to him and apologize, and that's what happened afterwards. Is I went ahead and told him like, hey, you can have your toys back. Sorry for yelling at you and all this stuff. So everything was resolved. But that brings me to my other point, connecting it with yesterday's video, which is about habits and having to do everything on like brushing our teeth. We have to brush our teeth every day. It's something that if we don't do, then our teeth will eventually decay and they will rot and they'll fall out. And that's something that we're teaching our son now is like, hey, look, this is the reason why we're doing this is because if you don't, then that's just the way it works. When you eat a lot of food, when we don't have our sunglasses on in the world and we're consuming all this information coming in to our minds. And if we don't take our time to brush our teeth, then our teeth will decay and we'll get cavities and we'll do all this stuff. It's the same thing with our minds. It's the same exact thing. We're taking all this information. We have to take a moment to take a step back and brush our mind. And that's why I'm so grateful for this practice and that I've built the momentum necessary for me to get to this point where my life has been transformed. I don't depend on these other substances or habits that aren't necessarily adding to my life. This, I feel like, is really putting me in the driver's seat for my life and allowing me to come back to my higher self and tune into it and really see where it is that I want to go. And once I come back from that higher level self, I know exactly what the next step is that I need to take. So full of energy today. I hope you guys understood that. I know it was kind of a little bit all over the place, but that's something that I have to do. I have to help my son see these things because nobody else did it for me. And I can help show him the way, but I can't ever do it for him. It's something that he's gonna have to realize on his own as well when it comes to brushing his teeth. Maybe he'll have a cavity and he'll realize, oh yeah, I shouldn't have skipped brushing my teeth that day because I can't be there and force him to do it. It's something that he's gonna have to do on his own and discover and eventually go through the threshold change and everything else. But what I can do is I can guide him along the way. So thank you for Bob Monroe for doing something that nobody else in my life was able to do. And yeah, I look forward to doing the next video, and I look forward to continuing to do these and eventually get to the next wave. But first, right now, we're on the threshold wave. And we're going to be going to the second, which I think, I'm not sure, I'll look into it, is the advanced Focus 12. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys on your journey. And yeah, until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.